us all.
Everybody, we're coming to a new year, 2022. A lot of you, along with me, are talking about what you all believe could be some type of disclosure coming, either close to 2022 or obviously we're already almost there, probably in 2022, as to how they're going to integrate the UFOs and the whole story of it all and its relation, like the relationship of God to these UFOs. Like, don't forget, I'm not going to make a God video like a lot of you say, but let me tell you, he has a lot to do with this, right? And in reality, how are they going to integrate this into religion? You know, there's a lot of speculation about religion to be abolished. There's, over the years, lots of theories and rumors surface, of course, and some people turn around and say, well, that's what they said. And when we say that's what they said, who really said something? Guys and gals, we're in an incredible time. We're waiting for China to talk to us about the moon. What would it do to my research, and what would it mean to this channel if they mentioned that there was a cube on the surface of the moon? What I'm filming here and what you're looking at, those lights roaming around the surface, that was revealing. But then I show them leaving the surface, and even one or two of them exiting what looks visually like they are exiting the moon, leaving. You see all the traits, all the characteristics of them. There's so much research that can be done in just this little bit of footage. I can only imagine what NASA, FBI, or whoever, ufology buffs, if you want, have, right? And look at them leaving under the hazes. That's probably the biggest secret in the entire solar system, or scarily, maybe just a small part of some of the truth of what's out there. But it's a beautiful research. It was beautifully shown, I find, because it's straight up proof with simplicity and luck all together. But it shows us something that's very top secret, obviously. And for me, think of it, guys. It can't be more exciting. It can't be a more exciting time in life right now with the controversy around these UFOs, buzzing the warships, the military people. They're buzzing the personnel people, literally. Also, this is all coming out now. There's going to be a lot of changes, the Gillibrand Amendment, etc., with Marco Rubio. This is all going to change the way ufology, not necessarily ufology, but more the way the FBI or the DOD, Department of Defense, will react to what's going on. Of course, we're not going to see everything that they're going to be talking about, but hopefully, I'm sure all of you agree with me, it's the transparency in everything that we want, meaning military personnel, civilians, or military personnel will be able maybe finally to talk about these sightings. But will they make them public? I don't know. Big thing, guys. The free energy. A couple of astronauts have said it themselves. People from witness account and testimonies about the reason why some military people think that they're hiding the UFOs. It's not that they're extraterrestrial. It's that if this idea of free energy can come out, I mean, think of it. We're all paying bills here for heating and everything. If there's an absolute free, clean energy, we could profit from it. Guys, they're also mentioning, and there was a mention a long time ago, years ago, about this free energy being able to fix the biosphere around Earth. Maybe, just maybe, wouldn't it be positive if all the lights that we're seeing come down are not necessarily UFOs, but that free energy machine that is going to go around the Earth and to adjust everything, but maybe it's going to hit us with some major shift in weather. This could be an incredibly deep, dark secret that they're trying to not necessarily do bad to Earth, but to fix it, but it could be very dangerous, theoretically. Also, many concerns that I have, and obviously the three branches of military in the United States, is that if this was a foreign country, an adversarial country or whatnot, whoever it may be, China, Russia. We can just speculate and theorize, but it would be something incredibly dangerous to think that they would be buzzing over Canada and the States, over certain countries. This object came down out of the sky, and the more I show, well, the less the attention comes to the channel. But I know it's not because you guys and gals aren't interested. It's because they may be holding some of this back. As funny as it sounds, I'm not trying to create an environment around me where I will be portrayed as a god, because I'm far from it. Lucky or not, I was able to capture this, and hopefully in 2022, maybe we'll make it to 91,000 one day, 92,000, leading up to 100,000. Showed this on the members yesterday with another narration at the back, because this is what I believe is all the hype. These are UFOs leaving on the surface of our moon. 2 UFOs leaving the same area. I mean, this is not just one little light I'm showing. I'm showing them interacting with the surface. We're seeing shapes and forms. And don't forget, we're hearing the 3 branches of military saying, we're worried. We don't know what these lights are. They're buzzing all our warships. And here I'm filming thousands or hundreds of objects or anomalies and lights on the moon that are actually showing signs of an intelligent species or being, It makes you wonder. It really does make you wonder. How will this impact religion? And I think this is why they're waiting to bring it out. Don't forget, religious institutions will be completely shattered and changed with this. But there's some positivity to it. They say many theologians are already open to the existence of extraterrestrials. So that's a good thing. The Freedom from Religious Foundation, which promotes a division between church and state, asked NASA to revoke the grant and threatened to sue if NASA didn't comply. While the FFR stated that the concern was the commingling of government and religious organizations, they also made it clear that they thought the grant was a waste of money. Science should not concern itself with how its progress will impact faith-based beliefs. So NASA is doing a study on how UFOs are going to impact religions? Seriously? So it's just a matter of time till they speak out, most likely, when you think of it. When the day comes that humanity has to respond to the discovery of aliens, such a discovery would raise a whole bunch of series of questions that would exceed the bounds of science. For example, when we ask, what is life? Are we asking a scientific question or a theological one? Questions about life origins and its future are complicated and must be explored holistically across disciplines. So what are they going to bring out and do or say to religious institutions? Is there going to be an integration of the UFO truth, or a small part of it, in religious organization, in religion itself, entirely as a whole? And those of you not religious, or think that religion doesn't have any implication in this, I'm not religious myself. I don't like terms. I don't like people giving people terms. What is being religious? Because you're curious and you read a Bible? Or because you go to church every Sunday? So, as for religious, I read the Bible sometimes to know in a scientific way what's going on. My God's in my heart. I don't have to read a book, but do I appreciate those who are doing so? Sure. But it is going to impact everything. So those of you not religious, be watching religious institutions to see a massive change come, which will be a sign of what you're waiting for as an atheist: disclosure. Little play on words there with atheists, which I have respect for them. I'm just bringing them up. We each have different opinions. Atheists are going to get a little surprise. And again, much respect to you all, but not believing in God is okay, but turning around believing in UFOs but not a God, or saying maybe it's, it comes down to religion anyways. And if you turn around as an atheist and believe in UFOs, what are you going to do, the atheists, when they admit that UFOs are a spiritual being, if theoretically they could be? How would that impact atheists? Not only religious people will be impacted. Those who are not religious will also be impacted. The coming of information is going to completely change the entire world and change the opinions and belief systems entirely of each and every individual living on Earth right now when the truth comes out. Well, if NASA is doing studies and government agencies are going to do studies on the effects on faith-based belief groups, what does that mean? Because they're preparing to bring something out. And since they're going to bring it out in a big way, that means it won't be done in just a day, like Rome. What are they going to do? They're working on leading up to a date where they're going to be able to expose it all. It'll probably be done in several ways, by several disclosures, as we've been seeing. Some people have not seen any disclosure yet. Those of you looking have seen a lot and know what's coming. But let's integrate this. This is a controversial video, isn't it? At least there's one out of the 2005 videos. How will these structures, theoretically, if what I'm capturing is legitimate, I believe it is, how would it impact religious institutions? Integrating UFOs in your religion can pass, but integrating cities on the moon and other planets, like all over, that means somebody did lie to us somewhere along the lines, right? I'm not accusing anyone of having done a lie, but someone is definitely today holding that secret and lie deliberately for money. Obviously, if we had no money system, people wouldn't keep lies from people. You know, if there's a way to make a buck, well, people will try to make a buck. That's how this corrupt system works. The connections that you're looking at here on the surface of the moon, for me, changed my life absolutely. And we all know it's totally top secret. The materials are white reflective materials, and that's seen here from Earth. Whether they are bases or not, they're obviously constructed. And to differentiate the structure from the surface, it's near impossible unless you zoom up a lot like I'm doing, and that's with a 14-inch scope, of course. So if the scope was bigger, I'd be doing less zooming. You understand the idea? But the truth is coming out, and I feel it's going to come out. And you know what? I think that if civilians are able to bring some of this truth out, they're not going to be able to hide it from the rest of the people for a very long time. I'm really concerned about the impact all of these changes are going to have on each and every one of us, y'all. Seriously, it's going to affect our kids, it's going to affect the elderly, it's going to affect the people, you know, everyone. Absolutely every different culture or group or association, especially religious, will be affected by all of this. This is on the moon. We can see quite clearly that there are constructed objects or anomalies that are not accounted for by NASA. Quite simply because I'm showing this. This is Bianchini crater, piles and jumbled up objects with blurs and hazes, but the blurry patches are very intriguing to me. And again, I can't speculate it more. You know, it could be vegetation, definitely. An atmosphere is possible around the moon, higher than what they said it is, theoretically. Again, it's just my opinions. But the visual proof that I'm capturing is, you know, it's really, it's convincing. It's hard to deny. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe to this channel.
Up there on the moon, they may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon, yes they are up there. Doesn't matter 'cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.